Okay, here we are with our second look at somebody else's hangar. I've got Glenn here. He's been a model flyer for a long time and builder for a long time. So we're here to actually look at his hangar and a quick look at his airplanes and kind of the stuff with storing and how he displays a lot of his models. So here he is, Glenn. Glenn, how long have you been flying?
Well, Mike, I suppose you could say about 80 years.
Wow.
Because I can remember in 1940, when I was 8 years old, going to the drugstore and buying a Gillows or a Miguel or one of those old-timer kits for a quarter. And they would actually fly for a little ways.
Wow.
So as far as the RC goes, I got into that probably in the early 90s.
Wow, so do you build models? Are these kits here, or what do we got behind us?
Well, I have a few ARFs, and I have a lot more kits than I do ARFs because I love building. Not only the RC planes, but I do a lot of plastic also.
Now, where do you fly your airplanes? I mean, where did you start flying your airplanes?
I started out in RC down on Frankfurt Road. There was a group of us in a big undeveloped field there. Now it's a warehouse, I think. And that's where I learned RC. I learned the hard way because I didn't know anybody to tell me what I was doing wrong.
Do you remember your first RC plane or transmitter or what you started off with?
The first one, the transmitter, of course, was an old gold box.
Whoa.
By, who made those things?
I'm not familiar. That was before me.
The airplane, gosh, I don't remember the first one because it was probably a trainer. I think I went through probably 3 or 4 of those ARF trainers.
These were fuel planes, I would assume, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
And they lasted about 30, 40 seconds maybe. And finally I decided to build a Sig Cadet Senior.
Oh, yes.
And that puppy taught me how to fly.
Wow.
It was slow enough that I could keep up with it, and it was a great flying airplane once I learned what I was doing wrong. And that's where I started out. And since then, I like multi-engine. Anything with more than one motor on it, I'll buy it just about.
So how many do you think we have in your collection?
I probably have 60 or 70
Wow.
RC planes that are flyable.
Wow, wow.
And I have, maybe a dozen kits in my stash.
Are you still building these planes?
Oh, yes.
Now, do you mind saying how old you are? Because you said you've been doing this for 80 years and you started 8, so that gets me close to 90 is your age.
I'm 89.5.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And from what I understand, you belong to a club in Lake Dallas, so you're still an avid flyer.
Well, I haven't been flying much lately because my health has deteriorated, of course, being this old. I don't get around like I used to, so I hope to get back out this summer.
So you're just going to continue to build until you can't do it anymore?
I'll probably die with something on my building board.
Wow.
Like I said, I like to build, and if I didn't have something to work on, I don't know what I'd do. I'd go nuts, probably. And, so it's been a kind of a lifetime thing. Like I said, I started out when I was 8 or 9 years old with the drugstore kits. You could go to the drugstore back then and buy a kit that would actually fly if you built it properly.
So we have a couple of his planes here. He's got some special ones, and as you can see, I've got one of his bigger planes here, and it's a 4-bladed plane, electric. But he's got a really unique one in his hand that we want to talk about. What do you got there?
This is an Alpha kit. It's a Czechoslovakian company that makes a large range of light foam airplanes. They're all good flyers. I've had several of them over the years. This particular one is a German World War II experimental jet.
Wow.
Called Hookbein. And I don't know, trying to remember which company made it. It wasn't Focke-Wulf, it might have been Messerschmitt. Anyway, Focke-Wulf was a Messerschmitt. What am I thinking? I haven't flown this one, but I have an F-86, it's in the house, that even with the little 60 millimeter ducted fan, they're very light airplanes, and you don't even have to hand toss it if you don't want to. If you got good smooth grass, just throw it down on the ground and away it goes.
And so it's a 60 millimeter EDF that you've got in there, or you said close to it or something,
yeah,
right?
And they run on a 3-cell, and the F-86 that I have has been upgraded with a hot motor.
Wow.
And carved out for a 4-cell, and it'll do 100 mile an hour easy.
And this is a Brodock kit that I've got in my hand.
That's
okay, Brodock, and you've got 4 electric motors in it. So this is a very cool looking plane. So he did mention to me, Glenn did mention to me that he's getting to the point where he's looking to possibly sell some of these. If you'd like to put in the comments below your information, so he maybe can contact you if you're a serious buyer, maybe looking at some of these planes to put this in your hangar. So anyway, this is great talking with you, Glenn, and I look forward to seeing more of your stuff that he still hasn't showed me everything. So thanks for hooking up and looking at my video. This is my second series of doing visiting people in their hangar and kind of seeing all the stuff that they have. I'm planning on doing this hopefully weekly or every other week and visit other hangars out there. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, please subscribe and please hit that like button if you like what you see as well.
I just want to thank you, Mike, for the opportunities to show my airplanes.
All right, that's cool. Take care. Have a great day.